Hi Leo, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your small story reading. So for these readings, usually books want to jump off the shelf and offer a passage to you, all right? And so the book comes to me, I close my eyes, flip to a random page and choose a passage to read. And then we will pull cards to expand on that story and to see what's really going on here, why that passage wanted to come to you. And so for you today, I'm going to preface this by saying, if you have small children in earshot, this is not the video for them to hear necessarily. All right, we are going to be reading from this play here. All right, bit of a sensitive and slightly sexual in nature. Okay, it's called In the Next Room, or the Vibrator play by Sarah Ruhl, one of my favorites. If you're not familiar, highly recommend. Okay, and I want you to see this image. So what we're seeing here is Mrs. Givings, one of the characters in the scene that you're going to hear. And this is in her own house. Her husband is a doctor, Dr. Givings, and he is performing a popular treatment of the time, which is the application of a vibrator to cure women's issues. Hysteria being named one of them at the time. And so here she is. She doesn't know the treatment that he's experimenting with on the other side of that door in the next room. And so she's listening in very intently with curiosity, hearing all of these sounds, which is women orgasming, coming from that room, and having never experienced that kind of pleasure in her life, because that's just isn't the nature of her relationship with her husband. She is very much wondering what's going on in there. Okay, so we start off well into the play here, and she has been begging her husband, please let me know what goes on in there. Please perform the treatment on me. I want to know what's happening, because she's seeing all these women leave the treatment room like, blissed out and just like, yes, thank you, doctor. Okay, so she's wanting to experience this treatment, and he finally agrees. This is where we meet them. Go with me on this journey, Leo. Okay. She finishes undressing herself. He plugs in the vibrator, which, by the way, was this like giant machine with like a huge wand. Very funny. Don't be alarmed. Just lie down and relax. She does. Are you quite comfortable? Yes. He holds the vibrator to her private parts, his face impassive. Electricity is not to be feared. It is harnessed from nature. I remember when I was a child, I was stroking the cat's back one day and was startled to see sparks rising up out of her fur. My father said this is nothing but electricity, the same thing you see on the trees in a storm. My mother seemed alarmed. Stop stroking the cat. You might start a fire. I kept on stroking the cat. I thought, is nature a cat? If so, who strokes its back? God? Mrs. Givings, with some difficulty speaking. And what did you determine? Natural law. Is that too much pressure? No. Oh, kiss me, darling, kiss me. Afterwards. No, kiss me now. Kiss me and hold the instrument just there at the same time. Darling, no. That would be, I don't care, do it. Do it. I've been longing to kiss someone like this. She kisses him passionately and puts the vibrator back on her private parts. And that's where I'm going to end the scene for you here, Leo. Okay, so, Leo. Here's what's coming through for me already before we even pull cards. I'm sort of feeling this hunger from you, Leo, this hunger for reciprocity. You're hungry, baby, and you want somebody just as hungry as you. You want somebody matched in passion, whether this has to do with work, okay? Or clearly it could have to do with a sexual relationship or passion within a relationship, intimacy. You're longing for deeper levels. Come on, let's do this. Let's kindle some passion. And by contrast, your partner here is coming through, or the other energy that you're dealing with is coming through as much more, reserved in some way, a bit more hesitant, a bit more clinical. Oh, no, we just don't do it like that. That's not the procedure. you know? And you're just like, no, I've been longing to do something like this all of my life. That's kind of what's coming through here, Leo. So I'm ready to buckle in with some cards here on this cozy, I got a scarf on because it's cold, cozy, rainy night. All right. And we're going to see what this message is for you. And I can tell you, as I was doing your pre-shuffle, the Six of Pentacles came out at the bottom, and then I picked a card off the top of another deck as a bookmark to place on to mark the page, the passage for you. And I looked before I turned on the camera and I realized Six of Pentacles, really interesting because it talks about balance and reciprocity. And I think you are seeking now an equal match for all of this passion. Isn't it so funny to see Mrs. Givings here in this like very Leo outfit? Am I wrong? Like just ready to burst with passion in that way. So we're going to use the Slow Holler Tarot now and clarify some of this energy for you, Leo, to see if we can get what the story is. So I'm going to give it a couple of shuffles here. One more. Leo. I almost can't. Oh man, this is funny. This is actually good. It's coming through differently this time. This just came out as I was shuffling, so I have to show it to you. So for those of you who have been following my channel for a while, I've been channeling this Queen of Wands energy for Leo, and it's been coming through as this character in your life who does not deliver reciprocity. Someone who essentially throws you breadcrumbs when you're longing for the whole loaf. You know, you're hungry for a frickin' loaf of bread, like sustenance, and this person is throwing you breadcrumbs once in a while. That's this person or energy or whatever. That's how the Queen of Wands has been coming through for Leos for a long time. And I just think it's funny because out of this deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Now in this deck, it's called the Visionary of Branches, the Visionary. All right. Now, what's interesting about this energy, just let you see that for a second. It's actually not entirely coming through as that energy. I think that the card wanted to clue me into that energy so that I could connect it to the lack of reciprocity that's currently happening. But I am delighted to announce, Leo, that the energy of this Queen of Wands is actually you today. It is not that beast that you have been dealing with. All right. Not to completely dehumanize that other being, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. This is you, Leo. This is you in that Mrs. Givings dress, you know, just like filled with fire and passion and wanting to burst now. Wanting to burst with sexuality, with creativity, with fire, with passion. You're ready. I think you're ready here, Leo. I want to see what else wants to come out for you here. A couple more cards for Leo, please, to expand on this Queen of Wands story. Visionary of Branches. Yes, Leo, exactly. Ten of Cups. Yay. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll bring it out. Sure. Here it is. That's what we're looking at, Leo. Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, or Visionary of Branches in this deck, and the Ten of Cups. Here's what I'm seeing. You're looking over here at the Ten of Cups. You're looking over here at what gets your juices flowing, at what brings you emotional satisfaction and true happiness, at what allows your cups to overflow. And you're like, I want that. Right? I want that. Give me that. That's what you're ready for here. Look at you like contemplating that. This must be an opportunity or a person or something tangible in your life that you're looking at, because the Ace of Stones came out. And it feels associated with this. There's some sort of person or being or tangible energy that is around you at this time that you're looking at and you're seeing it. And I'm telling you, it feels tangible to me because it feels like you could reach out and grab it. That's the energy of it. And you're looking at it like, dang, I think this is going to fulfill the crap out of me. You know, like, I think this is where it's at for me. Like, this is my passion. This is reciprocity. This is sustainable emotional fulfillment. The potential, right? Because it's an ace. An ace is talking about potential. It's the seed that you could plant that could sustain you emotionally long term. I'm getting that it's actually coming through to me as a sponge, which it, surprisingly, I know it looks just like a sponge, but it never has come through to me like that before. And I'm seeing this as a sponge. It's almost like you just want to like soak it up. Oh my God. The images that I'm getting, Leo, are so just decadent. Like I'm seeing you like with a loaf of just like sumptuous bread and just like sopping, you know, like sopping up the oil and all of the spices and getting it all in there and just like, so it's like that, Leo. Okay. Very, very cool. Very cool. And then interestingly, right behind you here, we've got the Five of Pentacles. This is what you are essentially turning your back on now. It seems that you have already turned your back on it, and yet you have not quite reached out for this, because this energy of the Queen of Wands is coming through as like actually quite contemplative. Like you're contemplating it, you're looking at it, you see it there, but for some reason you haven't taken it. And I think it's because whatever this is, the other Queen of Wands energy, perhaps, that you, and for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to, I would say, the September and October shift readings, and you'll get a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about with that energy, okay? So I think you have now realized that that energy is not for you, and that's why it's showing up as the Five of Pentacles. That it's so interesting because often in this card it's depicted as someone who's left out in the cold. I think that other Queen of Wands energy leaves you out in the cold, right? Throwing you breadcrumbs. It's not reciprocal energy. It's not reciprocated, and you're tired of being a cold, frigid, you know, in like a sexless marriage or whatever however it wants to come through here for you. It could be a work situation. You're tired of essentially being fed breadcrumbs when you know you could handle the whole loaf. Like, come on, give me the big project. Give me the big project. You're looking at it over here, just like salivating for it. Like, I know I could handle that. But they're over here just throwing me breadcrumbs. All right. However, this is applying for you. I think you're done feeling constantly at a deficit with this other energy. Constantly at a deficit. And there is some loss. See how this armadillo is like falling. It's like there is some loss involved in turning your back on that. Perhaps material assets, perhaps, we are dealing in Pentacles, earth energy. So something tangible is absolutely lost if you turn your back on that other energy. But I'm telling you, something tangible, Ace of Pentacles, is absolutely found by turning yourself towards something that lights your fire and just like gets your juices overflowing. Okay, interesting. So that's what we're starting off this reading with. Leo, which is really exciting. I'm going to continue to pull cards here. I'm going to use some clarifier decks, the Dark Exact. I'll pull some oracle cards into this and perhaps continue pulling with the slow holler to see what else we can get out of this story. If this is resonating with you so far and you'd like to see that extended reading, just stick around. There'll be a little quick preview of the reading after this, and then you can see if it's continuing to resonate. And if it is, click the link in the description box below. It'll take you right over to Vimeo where you can view that reading instantly. All right, Leos, thank you so much for tuning into your small story, and I'll talk to you soon. Be starting to see, Leo, when you look at your Queen of Wands, the breadcrumbs one. You look at that Queen of Wands who perhaps you have glorified all of this time, and you look at that Queen of Wands and you realize, wait a minute, the power that I've been giving to that being is actually my power. I am a Queen of Wands, not that person, not that job, me. Oh my God, all of this time, it's my own passion I've been trying to milk out of this situation. It's my own passion that I've been waiting for. You've been waiting for yourself, Leo, and here you are. Full firepower inside. Queen of Wands. Now, to me, this reading is you on the verge of taking action.